I know it's halfway through the month and I didn't get a sketchbook video up last month because my wife and I had, well, my wife had our baby and I just didn't get a whole lot of drawing done. So I combined May and June into one update. And actually it's not all the way through June, so I'll put the rest of June and probably July in another video, but I have filled up another sketchbook. So, and this one got really beat up. You can see the cover's like all torn and everything. This is the sketch I started with in this sketchbook, and it is all the way full. So I'm just gonna start out with this drawing here. As you can see, just a basic kind of bust of a head. I mean, his expression's kind of different, I guess, but this is just a kind of generic drawing. Not a whole lot of thought went into this. You can see like when I do little designs on them and stuff, it's just after I've drawn it and I'm kind of like adding interest and kind of messing around. This is a follower sketch that I did. And when I do my follower sketches, basically I click on a person and just kind of look at their selfies, I guess, and I look for good pictures that I can draw, that aren't too fuzzy, that have some nice lighting, and yeah, and then I just kind of draw it. I know a lot of people want me to do these, but like I said, these are just when I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not really thinking about what to draw. I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna draw a follower today, so it's nothing pre-planned. But it's spontaneous and it has to be a picture that I kind of like. So I liked her expression in this photo, and it was a drawing that I could draw off of my cell phone. That's the other thing. I mean, I'm looking at my cell phone while I draw these, so it has to be a pretty contrasty, high quality image, high detail image for me to get the likeness down somewhat. And with these, you know, I want to kind of make it look like them, but it's such a small image, it's kind of hard. So, but I just like doing them. They're fun. Hope you guys like them. I know you guys like them. But somebody suggested doing some of and turning people into different things, which I think is an awesome idea, and I'm definitely going to do that. With this drawing, I can't remember what I looked at, but I was like, man, if I was Batman, if for some awesome reason I became Batman, my outfit would be way scarier than Batman's, and it would be also more like of a suit of armor, so I wouldn't get hurt, because I'm kind of scared of getting hurt. But yeah, mine would be scary. I'd have like big old teeth and stuff like that, so this was kind of my idea of if I was Batman. So this is just popped into my head. I was like, I'm gonna draw a little demon guy, and for some reason I wanted him to have like a businessman shirt and riding like a bike. Just a really random idea that I had, and I like this guy's face. He's just very unique. I just felt like he has a lot of character. I feel like you get a little lucky with ideas, and I don't know why, but I just like this guy. This was another situation where I just drew a face, kind of like that first drawing in the book. And then after I drew it, I was like, this is boring. I want to add some interest. What kind of things can I mess around with? So I added like cool little techie things and just messed around, and this is what I came up with. I don't really like this drawing. She's not very pretty to me. I don't know why. I made her ear too big. I don't know if you noticed that. I mean, it's all right, and she's definitely got like personality. It's just, I don't know. I was looking at a picture of a fox, and I decided to draw this guy. I felt like once I drew the head first, and I didn't know what I was gonna do with the body. That's a lot of times what I do. And then I was like, oh, this guy looks like he's, I don't know. It would be a nice contrast to have him in kind of an uptight, formal outfit type thing. So that's what I did. So this is another follower sketch that I did. And again, just picked a random follower, looked through her pictures, and found this one. Thought it was pretty nice lighting and easy to draw. But the person I was drawing here made an interesting comment, and she said, I can tell you drew it quickly and with confidence. And I could tell that she knows about art by saying that. When you're drawing with confidence comes through in your drawings. The better you get, the faster you get, the more sure of the lines you're drawing you become. And that shows in your drawing. You can really tell someone who is, and I'm not trying to like brag or anything, like saying, oh, my drawings are so good, because I've noticed like drawings that or artists that I follow, I can really see the skilled artists by the way their strokes look on the page. And I felt like this was a very good, confident drawing. It looks simple, it is, but where the values are and things like that, I feel like it's a pretty drawing based on how the confidence I drew it with. So, but like the way this one turned out. I also drew this one on a piece of white paper, well, yellowy thick paper, because I forgot my sketchbook that day, so that's why it's done like this. And there's no highlights in this one, it's just graphite. So sometimes I just feel like doodling. This is a good example of a doodle page. I drew a bust and then I just started messing around drawing. I've been working on different types of gears and stuff. I really like the way those look. You see I use those later and draw some noses and really just messing around, doodling. I don't know why I drew this that day. I think it was the shapes that kind of happened. The boobs right here were supposed to be eyes. And once I drew kind of the shape of the body, and these were gonna be eyes and this was gonna be the head, then I was just like, I always draw stuff like that. Let's turn this into something else. So that's what happened. I just turned it into this goblin in a pretty girl disguise. So, but I really like this one. Pretty cool. This is another follower sketch. Again, I found a picture that I liked, and I've been looking for pictures that are a little bit more like not just the face, so that I can turn them into something, or at least add a little bit of creativity to it. Like I added this little guy to her, again trying to take the follower sketch and make it a little bit more creative than just drawing a photo, kind of get my little take on it. But I think she's actually laying on her side in the photo, but I wanted her standing up so that this guy, she's kind of like looked like she's thinking, and I wanted to put a little guy on her shoulder. So, but I really like this drawing. I feel like she turned out really good, and the lips and just the little things turned out well. So I like the idea of this drawing, like the watches and the character and stuff like this. And this is just something I drew from my head. The biggest problem with this drawing is it's not natural. Her pose is horrible. Like I said, I drew it from my head. Her leg doesn't look like it's dangling off a wall. Like it just doesn't make sense. And your mind picks up on that stuff. Like when people look at this, I don't think this drawing got a lot of likes. And it's because I feel like people understand when something isn't right, and this drawing isn't right. It's not a successful drawing because of the body posture and stuff. It could have been, it was close, just, you know, and there's things I liked about it. I love the watches and stuff like that, and just trying to give her a little bit of character with the furry vest. I've never done that before, and some goggles. But overall, I didn't like this drawing. So I don't know which drawing it was that started me on doing these little gears and things like that in there. I think it was that skull I did, but I really like this drawing. This was a drawing where I started out with a circle up here, didn't know what it was gonna be, and I was like, oh, I'm making an eyeball thing, and then I just kind of grow from there. Like wherever the lines kind of lead me. I think I went out this direction and drew these kind of pipes and wires and gears out here, and then I said, well, this might be a guy's face. And when I do that, I feel like, since I don't start out with a shape, none of this existed, it allows me to create something that's really odd, like how his mouth, his head is all turned, and the eye kind of is attached in his cheek over here, and it's like almost peeling away. I feel like stuff like this is just, it can turn out really good or it can turn out really bad. I really like the way this one turned out. It's unique, it's totally asymmetrical, and a pretty cool drawing, I think. I thought I really liked the gear idea, so I was gonna do it again. And so I referenced a flower. I looked at some different ones, and I mean, this doesn't really look like any kind of flower. I just wanted to look at them and see what kind of attributes they had. And then I added my gears to it and stuff. And I felt like this was a creative idea that, so every now and again when I draw something, I do think of what is the monetary value of this? You know, would somebody ever want to hang this or collect this? And this is one of those things where I feel like, well, that's a really creative idea. and it's generic enough where you could hang it on your wall. So if I ever wanted to do like a series of something from my sketchbook, I would come back to this because I feel like these cool mechanical flowers would be a really cool idea to make illustrations, collector's illustrations out of, and maybe potentially sell them. Obviously they'd be a lot better than this one, but I really liked the concept of this drawing. So this is just another bust where I was just drawing a head, turned her in kind of a shark girl, and yeah, I mean, nothing super creative here. Just kind of turned into what I thought of in my head at the time. Not one of my favorite drawings, but you know, they don't all have to be great. I mean, for every like mechanical flower I do, I probably do 5 of these where they're just meaningless, kind of brain dead drawings. But you know, that's why you draw every day, because that way you at least get a few winners in there. So this is the last drawing in the sketchbook. This is the last page, and I drew this guy today, and I just, again, I wanted to draw a smile. That's the first idea that went into my head. Is I always draw like angry guys or people with just stale faces and expressions, and I really want to try and put more emotion into my characters, and this guy's little smirk is what I started out with, his mouth and kind of going up crooked like that, and then I kind of went out from there. And the eyes, I've been doing eyes a lot, kind of the same a lot lately, so I thought I'd give him kind of little squinty slit eyes. The hat was just, don't know how or why I came up with that hat idea, or why he would have that hat, but it's just something that kind of happened. And then the pose, I wanted him sitting, and I like the pose I chose for him. It's kind of this weird little innocent pose, and it's like his hands almost like tapping the ground like, hey, come over and sit next to me, which is weird. I didn't necessarily intend that, but that's what it looks like. So I'm really stoked that I've been sticking with the daily sketches and filling up so many sketchbooks. This is the second sketchbook I've filled up since I started these in the new year. And it's helping me. I feel like I'm getting a lot better at drawing. I can't stress enough, if you can consistently stick with drawing things that you like to draw, or just staying motivated, I feel like that's the best way to grow as an artist, and it's helping me a lot, and I'm definitely going to continue to do these. I have another sketchbook. I've been using these every time. The Tone Tan Strathmore. So I have one more. I'm gonna have to buy some more. If you didn't see the last video, or one of the last videos I did, was the how to draw realistic portraits. And in case you didn't stick around until the last part of the video, this is what I ended up making Justin Bieber look like. So if you haven't checked that video out, make sure you check it out. I really liked how he turned out. So, but anyway, hope you guys liked the video, and thanks for keeping me motivated too. You know, a lot of sticking with these sketchbooks and stuff like that it's just because of the motivation you guys give me. So I hope I motivate you right back, and thanks for watching, and if you haven't, subscribe.